All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to Mario Kart Central for our next CWL Primetime cast. This is M3FR Piranha versus Cyan Butterfly. Today I'm here with Ginja,
Hello?
and we're looking forward to a really exciting match today between these two teams. Quickly before we get started, I'll go over the standings a little bit from last week. So. If I remember correctly, both of these teams are 1-1 in their conference. This is like interconference match. These teams are both in Conference B. So, M3FR Piranha. Actually, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
Yeah,
they're
I think they're 0-2. Yeah, they're
okay.
0-2.
They're 0-2. They lost to PNX and Dynamite last week. Meanwhile, Cyan Butterfly took a win against Dynamite, and they also lost against PNX, if I remember correctly. Yeah, because this is the last remaining match in the conference. So, yeah, we could go ahead and take a look at the lineups. So so Piranha are using a pretty typical lineup: Jens, Maxoo, Ryu, and Troy. Yeah, pretty typical lineup from them. Maxoo is a notable player. He transferred in from Pool. Pool was a team that played the first 3 seasons of CWL in Division 1, but we see some of their players moving over to Piranha and bolstering their squad. So I think this can only be a stronger lineup from their previous season. So this will be a really cool to see. From Cyan, we have Da, I think, Nanshu, and Shirui. I'm probably botching that pronunciation, but again, this is also a really strong lineup. We saw a similar lineup against Dynamite. Personally, I didn't play against this team. My team did, and they were a very strong team. So they are also the previous season Division 2 winners. So they have a lot to show this season in Division 1 as the winners from last season.
Yeah, I'm just looking for up, and we're getting right into it. Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like we are starting right away. All right, so right away we're starting with the new track. This is Berlin Byway, the newest track to Mario Kart Tour. So this is an interesting track. So right away you have this glider. Maxoo is smart to skip it. Gliders are normally slower in just any context. He'll take a trail actually from Nyanchu.
That's going to slow him down a little bit. Maybe he'll have time to pull a power item, something in the back to try to catch himself back up here.
Yeah, 5th place box. Not the most favorable items, but he has another shot. He's actually going to opt not to go into the train. So the subway, the train on the left has an extra item set on this version. So you can opt to go there if your items are less favorable. Okay,
yeah,
this is the
that's a
best
really
pull.
good pull. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the best pull you can get, 4th place star. So we don't see anyone hard bagging, so I'm not exactly sure who's in last. Okay, he has 2 dodges now. So ideally, he's holding it. So I would assume that they either know the shock's in play or they are holding it. He'll probably want to just chain invincibility. He'll probably be invincible for the rest of the race if he uses his heart now. Yeah, there we go.
His teammate I think got sniped out or something by a green, so that's gonna potentially. Well, we know Cyan Butterfly is second. We don't know who's in first right now, so that's a big thing. If you get
He
the
might
pass
get
here
the
though,
shroom.
does
Not quite.
not get the pass. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And there's a
No,
late shock. Yeah.
probably a Cyan shock, and that's top 2 for Cyan to start here.
Yeah,
I
that's a
think in
good start.
Yanchu.
Yeah, great start. Great start from Cyan Butterfly here with the top 2 early. That's a big opener for them. And That's big. Very big.
Alright, that is a +7 for Cyan Butterfly. Really solid start for them. Really, I think had no competition in the front. I'm pretty sure he just held that the whole race. So good on him. Yeah, that snipe that we saw on Ryu may have been his own green. I'm not exactly sure, because for sure it wasn't Maxoo who threw that, so that maybe that could have been a potential. He could have potentially hit out second or something in that scenario.
Yeah. It's probably what happened. Might be, I don't know. Yeah, this Calamari Desert's a very interesting track. There's a lot of ways to potentially catch up on it, but basically, you got to play your cards correctly with your item pulls, and this first item set's pretty big coming up. So whatever Maxoo pulls will be pretty. Oh, pulls a mushroom. Okay, it's not bad. And then
Yeah, so Maxoo and Ryu both pull shrooms. I'm surprised they aren't using them early. It's very good to get a lead right away. Ooh, yes, I'll have to be careful.
yeah.
This red from
Oh,
Da.
the bomb get hitting Maxoo, but not hitting the other Cyan butterfly.
Yeah,
Guy.
most likely a Cyan Butterfly snipe. Very well done from them. That'll keep Da in first place, but I think this is 2-3-4 for M3FR right now.
Yeah, I
So
believe so.
there's only a few decent shortcuts here. There's this off-road right here, but he'll opt to hold his mushroom for now, and that's actually going to be a red onto Da, so that's potentially top 3 now for M3FR. With the
Shock
shocks
and
coming in.
dodging two Cyan butterflies. So and he gets squished by a mega. That went from a bad race for Cyan butterfly to a really strong race with just one shock. And shock can definitely change the outcome of a race on this track. It's very important to call it at a specific place to make your team help. And that's a top 2 for Cyan butterfly. Definitely something that they needed here.
Yeah, I actually thought that Jens was in last there, and but I guess I guess he was one of the dodge players. So actually, not as bad as I thought it was gonna be for M3FR, but Jens with the dodge, helping them out. Yeah, so I guess what they were thinking was when Da got redded out of first, they redded him before the box, which was not the best play. Unless Da was dropping out, I couldn't see very well. But he should have been redded after the item set, and that would have made that shock a little less ideal for Cyan. But they called Da into boxes probably. I don't think he gained anything from it, but either way, a good top 2 for Cyan.
That was a good. That was really strong by Cyan Butterfly. But yeah, Waluigi Pinball gets sniped out immediately, so that's not great for Maxoo. But Waluigi Pinball is more of a runner, I would say, in terms of getting strong starting position at the beginning and just using your lines to effectively outrun the rest of the competition. But shocks can always turn the outcome of this race into something else. So you got to keep that in mind.
Yeah, and what you mentioned about strong starts, Maxoo and M3FR not having their best start. Maxoo getting sniped at the beginning, and then the pinball as well. Pinball cycles are brutal if you are not on perfect pace, so we saw that right there. Very hard for him to avoid that. Maxoo's just going to use his items, try and cycle something here, but pretty clear bottom 3 right now for M3FR. This track has almost no catch-up potential without the shock, so they are not looking good unless Jens is going to pull it back there.
Yeah, they definitely need a shock to potentially catch up. And unfortunately, pulls a blue, which is not what you need right now. So that's just unfortunate.
Blue will help. Actually, I'm not sure if the blue even connected. They may have dodged up front, because that's still a top 3 right now.
This
Yeah,
is
with
looking
the
like a top
cannon.
3.
Yeah, with the cannon, they can't catch up at all. Shock coming in the glider. Yeah, too little, too late. Top 3 for Cyan.
Yeah, that was a very strong race from Cyan. Definitely what they needed to make their lead grow a little bit. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so Gent's pulling that shock, but not quite into... Actually, no. I may be lying. That might have been their
Yeah.
shock. They just waited to use it till they crossed the line. That probably was what it was, actually. So, yeah, just good on them to hold the front positions. That, like, it seems really minuscule, but that snipe on Maxoo at the very beginning is really what helped them just get that extra head start they needed to hold
Yeah,
those
that
top
was big.
spots for the whole race.
Yeah, it was a very important beginning for Cyan because they were able to hold it, as I said, a strong runner, so they were able to run that pretty well. So it's pretty effective there.
Alright, so heading back to Berlin Byway for the next track.
Yeah, looking maybe for trying to pull some power items at the beginning to try to catch up and see what happens from there.
Still is worth noting. Okay, so both baggers burn out this time. I'm not sure if they're actually going actively for it because they're not. I don't think they're hitting walls or anything. So just burning out for the sake of burning out, I guess, staying in the bottom 2. So Maxoo getting this mega early. That's really strong. Bomb coming up from Ryu, not going to connect. Ryu actually, yeah, Ryu going out of the way for that box. He probably touched that in 6, so that was a good play from him to get a lower set.
Yeah, and holding this mega will potentially make it so he can dodge the shock if there is a shock. Maybe he's holding it because there is a shock, but we don't know. Oh, decides to chain. Okay.
Okay, that bomb
Ooh.
is gonna snipe himself here. Maxoo holding the
Blue.
blue, so that means it's probably Troy in first right now.
Might be a Cyan Butterfly 2-3. But we don't know actually. It could be.
Yeah, I believe it is.
Yes.
They're
Yep.
both holding mushrooms here. Honestly, if Troy is able, he might want to drop. Yeah, but he would have had to do it quickly before this item set.
Right now, I
Yeah.
think though, what do you call it? M3FR is looking at a 1-3-5. Oh, gets redded out. That's
No, never mind.
well, they
Okay,
still got
well,
1-3, I think.
Yeah, Maxoo still gets third, so that's a good trade, I think. I'm not sure exactly who threw the red. It may have been Nyanshu. Yeah, Nyanshu had to take a weird line in order to get that red off, so Maxoo and Ryu just traded spots. So good blue hold from Maxoo to get Troy first place. That's a 1-3-5. I believe that's their first winning race. Yeah, +3 for M3FR. They're in the lead. They are down 22 after the first 4 races.
Yeah, that's definitely what they needed coming up to Rock Mountain, which is personally one of my favorite tracks. As it's really pleasing and definitely a place where you can catch up. There's a huge shortcut at the beginning where you can cut off a decent amount of time, and that'll be probably what they need to definitely break ahead at the beginning, because this track you definitely want to break ahead because it's very effective to break ahead.
Yeah, so getting the early lead is a very valid option. Again, this shortcut that was mentioned right here to the left of the course is almost essential to take. If you're not taking that, you're losing so much time. As you can see right now, Max is going to take that trail. Da also getting trailed, though, so... Okay, that's actually a very nice play from Da. I'm not sure if that was intentional, but he runs into the wall to try to get that trail off. Maxoo's in very clear 6th place now. Yeah, so I only saw who took the cut at the beginning. I did see Troy take it. Ryu may have taken it as well. Wow, very nice back run as well. Da doing very nice with these plays on the Maxoo back behind him.
That's just unfortunate what happened to him, because now he has to use this beginning cut to even try to catch up, because he's like already this far behind, and it's not looking good for him right now, I would say. Unless he does pull a shroom this set.
Yeah, no, he's going to need a very good... Okay,
Yeah, he missed the item box. This is not good for him at all.
Yeah, so you never want to SMT off of that ramp. You only want to get an MT, or shroom for that matter, because you will just go over the item set. That's going to give him 6th place for sure here. He did get the red off on DOS, slowing him down a little bit, and he does have a star now. I'm not sure if there's any hope for him unless Shock is used like right now. Yeah, no. He will be getting 6th for sure.
It's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate what happened to him. Missing the item set it really costed him the race here. But Cyan Butterfly getting 5th, so we don't know who actually got in the top spots at all.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It is unfortunate with, how the game works that we can't tell very well. I think actually taking first, so 2-3-6 for M3FR. Not sure how close to the race that is.
I think a 1-4-5 might be winning for Cyan there. Getting first is huge.
That's a +3, so canceling out the last race that M3FR had. So now we're headed to Mario Circuit 3. Maxoo, I think, was considering going a Shroom character, but he'll opt with Wendy instead. This track, in Wars, I think it's safer to use Wendy, honestly. Just because the Shock is pretty likely with the amount of boxes there are. So yeah, I think this is a smart choice. We may see some Toadettes or Toads here. Okay, yeah. I think, looks like good amount of the room will use it.
More than half, I think.
Yeah, so the reason why is just because not only do you have the very large cut at the beginning, but the whole ending of the track you can cut off very easily with triple shrooms, so we may see some of that here. Yeah, Troy getting a shroom right away, so he'll take first.
Yeah, this is you definitely need a good start here as well. Pulling a shroom can help you catch up, though. That is also, you gotta keep that in mind.
Ryu getting hit. Nyanshu gets to throw some reds up at Troy. That snipe had good intentions there, but not quite aimed correctly. And Nyanshu's just gonna get 3. I think, double reds again. Troy is probably done with this red he's throwing right now. Yeah, that's gonna connect. Dash shrooming up, I believe, in the classic Mario, so that's top. Oh. No, okay. Troy gonna shroom in front of Nyanshu's red.
Yeah, they're top 2 now for Cyan Butterfly, but gets trailed out. That's unfortunate. So that
he'll get 6th for that. Really good play from Nyanshu to with the reds for most of the race. He redded 3 of M3FR, so that was really good play. Definitely
what you needed with those double reds to potentially catch up, and good play there. Very good play there. I was impressed with that. A good race coming in from Cyan. That's going to be big.
Yeah, so Nyanshu secures top 2 for his team with the reds. That was really good play from him. So going into the second half, M3FR are down 32. They really have only had one winning race, and it was canceled out immediately by Cyan Butterfly the very next race. So they're going to need they're going to need to change something up here in order to make up this difference.
Yeah, Maxoo going Toadette, and this track coming up is another big shroom track, as you can cut off a lot of corners and and take the shortcuts here and catch up pretty well. So I would say this is more of a catch up.
Yeah, I think this race is going to be very important for M3FR because what they need is a very dominant very dominant top spots. Like they need a top 3 here. This track is very just important overall especially because of the shortcut. And we also see that this is the normal version, meaning that the shortcut's at the end. So it's going to be very important that M3FR get those power items and hold them. The thing with the track is there are only 2 sets on it, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. Troy already having a shroom. Is that Jensen first too? Can't quite tell.
Well, now they're top 2 because Maxwell pulling a shroom, so I would assume you take the cut to gain themselves an even bigger lead, and now they're top 2 with a bit of a break.
Okay, I didn't see that there were baggers, so that ribbon rider's probably, I think. So that's top 2 now. But this probably means that neither of them can take the cut on lap. Oh wait, did Troy have a shroom in first? Oh well, it doesn't matter. That looks like a Cyan shock because the Toadette didn't spin out. Okay, well, Maxoo might want to just drop here. No, he'll opt to keep driving into the set. We'll get a red.
That's an unfortunate pull.
He might just want to, yeah. No, he reds, I think. That's really good. That's a really good play.
I think he still got first, so that might be a 1-4 potentially.
I think 1-3-4. I think one of these pipe frames is Ryu. This could potentially be a really strong race.
Definitely something they need after the past couple of races they had. 1-4-5 is still good.
Yeah,
it's still good. It's still winning, but not as strong. I would say, as you said, 1-3-4, but still pretty strong.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if Troy actually got redded there or not, or if he trimmed up. Okay, so Maxoo getting the trade onto, I think, with his own red kind of helps, but yeah, not quite enough. That's only a +1, so it's a start, but they need to get going now with these winning races. Yeah, I think now we're heading back to Rock. I think their best bet is getting shrooms early, all 3 of them if possible, and just staying in the front.
Maxwell needs to keep in mind not skipping over that item set again like he did the last time we raced on here.
Yeah, he'll have to adjust for that for sure. That box is probably one of the most. It's the most important on the track for sure, but definitely probably in the game in general. This item set right here is just super crucial. Not getting a shroom to start. There. Yeah. We see Troy. Troy might be the only one who took it, so he's going to take first by a good bit. 2-3 for Cyan right now.
It's unfortunate that Maxoo ran into the offer there as he lost a bit of time as well, so it's just unfortunate. Oh, and Troy getting redded out, which is not very good for M3FR at the moment.
So Nyanshu holding this red in first. Wow, perfect bomb again onto Maxoo. Maxoo using his shroom there. I'm not sure about that one, considering the cut coming up. He and his teammate being near him. I'm not sure about using his mushroom there. Troy still has his though, so he'll definitely be taking a top spot. Yeah, minding the box this time. He'll get his 6th place item.
He does pull a shroom, so that means he can take the cut, so he'll catch up a little bit to the pack.
Yeah, so I think that's Troy in first. That's a nice red from Ryu. And now he's holding blue. Oh no, he's throwing blue. Okay. So this might be a top 3 after... I think he blew Troy. I think that was Troy that got hit.
It's just unfortunate.
Oh no, it wasn't. Never mind. There's 2 Yoshi eggs. Okay,
think it
this is
might
really.
be a 1-3-4 or top 2-4. Looking like either a 1-3-4 or top 2-4, which is big for
Yeah,
M3FR right
that's
now.
definitely what they needed. Okay. That was a little risky from Maxoo, just throwing his bomb on the line like that. I'm not sure if he was sure he was going to clip the wall. Okay, there's 2 Yoshi eggs, so I was confused. But no, he does red the other team. Or blue the other team, sorry. So that's top 2-4. That's what they needed, for sure.
Definitely a big race and definitely comeback starter, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. This is definitely what they need. That is a +9. That is their biggest race yet, so they definitely need to like chain that momentum into the next race here. Keep it up. They have the time. It's I believe 4 left. 20 down 22. It's very doable still.
Especially on a track like this, you could really come back on it. And starting in first is still not a bad option either, because you could potentially pull a defensive item.
He could also pull a Shroom in first with his Toadette combination. Might help him. Yeah, he'll get it. That's really strong. He will have first for at least the first set here.
Ooh, but gets sniped immediately. That was a good snipe there from whoever did that.
I think that was Nyanchu. He unfortunately hits himself, but he'll get that trade off on the max, which is really nice. Getting that red. Okay, so he'll use his triple shrooms here, but he'll run right into I think's trail. I'm not sure about that play. I think holding the shrooms for a little bit would have been more beneficial because now he's back in 5th. But he'll just get another. He'll just get another set, so it doesn't matter. He can probably take this whole.
He
Okay,
almost
no, he
was
can only
able
cut a
to.
little bit. I would have just taken. I wouldn't have gone through the wall personally. He would have saved more time, I think, just taking the normal cut. But he does have a shroom for the ending. He could potentially get another one, but he has to mine Daw's red. Oh, but he gets a star.
He has to use that probably immediately to try to catch up. He might gain a couple spots here, but not as much as he would hoped.
Oh, I think it's hit on the
Getting
line. That might be 1-3-4 again for, or well, a 1-3-4 for M3FR. Sorry, I think getting hit on the line is huge.
Yeah, because like we see like he gained like a couple spots there, so that's pretty important, I would say.
One of them was on his teammate, but okay, no, that was Neon shooting first. Never mind. So
That
it's
was a
top
big
2
race
still.
for Cyan Butterfly. Again, definitely needed that after losing the last race, so pretty good from them.
I think that was crucial for M3FR to win, chain that momentum. I'm pretty sure that pretty much, yeah. So -7, almost canceling out the last race for M3FR. Yeah, not the greatest for them, but again, 3 left. It is still doable. Not as ideal now, but it is still in the cards for them. I think what it came down to there was Maxoo using his shrooms incorrectly. And just in general, I think just using his shrooms on the correct shortcut would have gotten him into a much more favorable position. But in the end, what really happened was he got mega'd by his teammate right before the last cut, where he could have gained a lot more time. Potentially could have broken that top 2. And that it is notable that that would have been the top 3 if I think hadn't been. He probably took his teammate's trail on the line, is what I think happened. But that would have been a top 3.
Yeah, as we move on to Airship Fortress here, pretty good start from M3FR, looking at a 2-3. But honestly, you have to make sure you can drive that hairpin turn pretty effectively coming up, because that is pretty important to nail. Ooh, as he get trailed, as Troy getting trailed there. That's not pretty good right now. But Cyan Butterfly looking at a top 2, and again, this is more of a runner. So if you get a good start here, you're probably gonna get a good spot at the end of the race.
Troy falling victim to that classic back spam spot out of the cannon. Very good from I think. Troy did have a heart as well. I think he could have predicted that pretty easily, or just used his heart to tank the hit. But that's going to put, I think, in a really good position. Okay, double reds from Maxoo. He could do good work here with these. Throwing in the cannon, that's not going to reach him. Yeah, I'm not sure about that play.
Yeah,
But
that was probably.
he still gets one chance, and he gets 2 more reds. Okay, he'll probably hit him here, actually. Okay, yeah.
And that.
All right, nice.
Yeah.
For Maxoo.
Yeah, good
first
good
place.
race from Maxoo. Yep, definitely needed that first, but we don't know where the rest of the team was after Troy getting sniped by a red shell at the beginning. So we don't really know what happened.
So Maxoo threw his red in the cannon. That's almost never a good play because the reds will just break. They are very slow as well, so if you pass it, I believe is what causes it to break. So that's a top 2.
That's still pretty good for M3FR. Not bad.
But yeah, so it is strong. It is a good race, but this is where these third spots matter. So Ryu getting 6th, that if he like even got 5th or 4th, that just means they would have gotten a race, like an even bigger race. Could have been a +7 or +9. That's where these middle spots are gonna become even more important as we get farther into the war. They are down. M3FR are down 24 going into these last 2. If I were M3FR, I would do 4 run here. It's very close to the end, and unless they want to risk just bagging and relying on 2 top 3s, they shouldn't bag. I don't believe. Okay, yeah, Jens is running, so they are doing 4 run. That is good. I think that is the play that they need right now. They are top 3 at the moment, actually.
I believe Jens actually trailed his teammate, possibly? I'm not really sure what happened there.
It looks like he did. It is unfortunate. Maxoo should probably just shroom. Yeah.
Ooh, but yeah. You got to keep that in mind.
I would have shroomed ahead of Gents there, so the Gents have protection. Gents is still in first, but Da has another red. Okay. Maxoo tanking it. That's actually not the worst thing. That means Gents gets to stay in first for at least another item set. Mianchu holding a bill right now. He's in contention to get a top spot for sure.
They'll definitely crack M3FR's top spots for sure, as we see Maxoo going into a star and possibly going to get 5th, or unless that Bill's going to catch him. Probably not, so he gets 5th.
Yeah, I think he actually starred Nyanshu, so that was a really good play from him. That made his Bill not nearly as effective.
That was a top 2-5. That was again pretty good, but as you said on the last race, not as strong as like a top 2-4 or like a top 3. So it'll be a gain, but not as much, basically.
All right, so M3FR down 17 going into the last race. So it is still winnable, but they need a top 4. Top 3-5 will tie it. So if they want this win, and this is the track to do it on here, Kuba Beach 2T. It is definitely in their cards, but they have to get top spots very quickly, and also they have to hope for no shock. But they do have to 4 run here if they want the win.
Yeah, it's pretty important to have a good strong running foundation at the beginning, definitely on this track. Even though you can catch up on it, you definitely want to maintain top spots early so you can protect your teammates, especially on this track.
Maxoo with 2 shrooms, and Troy with a shroom as well. So this is a good start. They're going to take top 2 right away. Okay,
Top
wow.
3.
This
Top
is
3
huge.
from M3FR early. And
Top
has a
3.
star in third. This is
Troy still
really
has a
big.
shroom as well. Yeah, this looks really good for them right now, but could all be ruined by one item if Cyan are going for it. I assume they're in last. I would, for their sake, I would hope they are, just because of how this is looking right now. Maxoo probably going to opt to use a star on the off-road right here. No, he's actually going to hold it for a second. That was risky.
that's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
I
Yeah.
would have used that much earlier.
Definitely,
Okay,
because
but
that
it's
was
going to
not
get...
what you needed.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
a
Bill...
top.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That
I
was
think
a
Cyan
1-3
got
for...
first. Yep.
Yeah,
Cyan
1-3
definitely got
for
first there.
Cyan. Troy playing a little greedy with that star. I would have used that on the off-road for sure. That would have secured him first, I believe. 2-3, 6-8. So a decent ending, but that's not going to be enough for
Definitely
M3FR.
not.
So Cyan will take this win by 20.
Pretty strong set of races from Cyan. Definitely there. Definitely something they need as they go, I believe, to 2-1. But unfortunately, M3FR goes to 0-3, which is not what they need, especially in this tight of a division. Okay.
So, yeah, again, congrats to Cyan Butterfly. Honestly, really just strong performance throughout. They had front presence at all times. And honestly, making sure, even in their middle spots, that M3FR shocks were not that effective. But it really came down to their front presence. They just had it at all times. And their pack play as well. We saw that on Waluigi Pinball. Da doing really good to keep Maxoo far in 6th. Just little things like that really helped them in the long run. So congrats to Cyan Butterfly on their win. That will put them, I believe... Actually, I'm not sure if they've played their other match this week. They probably have. I'm not sure on the result. M3FR, however, they did play Alka earlier, and they won. So that will put them at 1-3, 1-3, sorry, after this week. Cyan, I'm not exactly sure how their first match went. Actually, I think they played... No, they played that one... They already played it. They played it... They rescheduled with PNX. I don't remember the result. I think PNX won it, though. So Cyan would be, I believe, 2-2 in that case. So that'll put them in a nice contention for a wildcard spot at the moment. So I believe the only match left in this conference is Dynamite versus PNX, which will be happening in about an hour-ish. So that will be happening, and that'll lock up the positioning in this conference. So yeah, a few matches left in Division 1 today, but this will conclude most of them as a lot of the Japanese matches already happened. And yeah, that'll put... depending on how, these fewer matches, these fewer remaining matches will go, that'll definitely have a good indication as to how these interconference matches will go and what the conferences will look like moving on in the season. So that'll do it for us this week. Thank you everyone for watching. Again, congrats to Cyan Butterfly on the win. Thank you, Ginja, for casting with me this week. And again, shoutouts to T for stream hosting. And yeah, that's all I have. Any final words?
Yeah, I just want to say that Cyan Butterfly definitely impressed me this week, and I'm looking forward to definitely seeing them in the future.
Yes, definitely. So we hope to see them maybe in playoffs potentially moving forward in the season. So yeah, definitely in contention after that performance. So again, thank you everyone for watching. We'll see you next week. We hope to have an announcement for the next Primetime cast a little earlier than this week. We had some problems finding a match until the last minute, but we hope to have something in the middle of this week to announce our next week's match. So check our Discord, check our Twitter, MKT Competitive, to find out more on that match. So again, thanks everyone for watching. That'll do it for us, and see you next week.